We live in an era where existence is often only confirmed by the gaze of others. You post a photo and wait for a single like. You work hard and crave a word of praise. But do you realize that the more you try to prove yourself, the easier you are manipulated? Your inner peace has been stolen by the noise of the world. In the race for attention, we often lose the very essence of who we are. This constant thirst for validation creates a cage of expectations. We become performers on a stage that never sleeps, seeking applause from total strangers every day. The modern world demands noise, visibility, and constant updates. But in this digital storm, the most powerful thing you can do is become completely invisible. Stop trying to convince the world of your value. Real strength doesn't need to shout to be heard. It exists quietly within your own solid foundation. The art of invisibility is not about disappearing from life, but about reclaiming your power from those who only see you as a number or metric. Every moment spent seeking external approval is a moment lost to your true self. Break the cycle of noise and rediscover the power of quiet presence. We are drowning in information, but starving for wisdom. The first step toward freedom is turning down the volume of the world's constant, heavy demands. Let the noise fade. Let the hunger for recognition die down. Only in the silence can you hear the true voice of your own wandering soul. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary swordsman, never sought to flaunt his strength. To him, the peak of martial art was the profound power of absolute stillness. A true warrior understands that the most dangerous weapon is the one that remains hidden. Strength is not found in the display, but in preparation. Musashi taught that victory is often won before the sword is even drawn. By being invisible in intent, you leave your opponent with nothing to strike. This is the state of no mind. Like the water, the mind reflects everything but clings to nothing. It is a state of pure, unshakable strategic focus. The invisible man moves with the world, not against it. He does not fight the current. He becomes the current, flowing past obstacles without any friction. When you stop trying to prove you are strong, you stop wasting energy. You become like bamboo, flexible, resilient, and virtually impossible for the wind to break. The legend of Musashi is not about the blood he shed, but the peace he found. He mastered himself, and in doing so, he mastered reality. To be invisible is to be like the mountain. It does not ask for attention, yet its presence is undeniable to everyone who stands before it. The loudest person in the room is often the weakest. The quietest is often the one you should fear, for they have nothing left to prove. Silence is a strategic choice. It allows you to observe, to learn, and to act only when the moment is perfect and the outcome is certain. Musashi's wisdom reminds us that the greatest battles are fought within. To win, you must first disappear from your own ego and its endless demands. Cuneiate power is the ultimate authority. It doesn't seek validation because it knows its own worth. It is self-contained, lethal, and deeply, beautifully at peace. Step into the mist of invisibility. Leave behind the need to be seen, and you will finally find the freedom to be truly effective and powerful. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the unthinkable, taught us that our ultimate freedom lies in our response to the circumstances that surround our difficult lives. He found meaning not in the external world, which had taken everything, but in the internal world, where his soul remained untouched and completely free. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. When you seek validation, you give away that space. You allow the stimulus of others' opinions to dictate your emotional state and your sense of worth. Frankl's invisibility was his inner sanctuary. By retreating from the ego's need for status, he found a depth of meaning that the world couldn't touch. The person with inner strength chooses to be invisible to the trivialities of the crowd, focusing instead on the eternal values that give life true weight. Do not be afraid of the shadows. It is in the quiet, unseen parts of your life that your most important work is actually taking place. Invisibility is not cowardice. It is the courage to focus on what matters. It is the wisdom to know that public praise is a fleeting illusion. Stop performing for an audience that doesn't care. Your life is not a show. It is a journey toward the truth of your own unique purpose. The need to be remembered by others is a burden. The need to be true to yourself is a liberation that brings profound and lasting peace. Cultivate your inner garden in secret. Let your actions speak for you, not your words. True meaning is felt, not shouted from the rooftops of world. Like Viktor Frankl, find the light within. Be invisible to the noise of the world, and you will become invincible, in the face of its challenges. When your happiness depends on praise, you are like a wind-up toy. Anyone can push your buttons and make you dance to their own tune. You react to every comment, every look, and every trend. You have given away the keys to your own house, leaving your peace of mind vulnerable. Instead, see your character as a block marble. It is raw, heavy, and full of potential, waiting for you to shape it into something great. The art of invisibility is the chisel. It is the discipline of cutting away the unnecessary parts of your ego to reveal the masterpiece underneath it. You don't need the world to see the dust and the sweat. You only need to focus on the steady progress of your own inner transformation. The Stoics knew that the only thing we truly control is our own mind. Everything else is just noise, passing through like the wind through trees. Be like the stone. Let the insults and the empty praise of the world slide off you. They cannot change the substance of who you truly are. Consistency is your greatest power. While others are busy seeking a quick thrill, you are building a legacy that will stand the test of time. Take back your buttons. Stop reacting and start acting from a place of deep-centered purpose. The world has no power over a quiet soul. Inner strength is built in the dark, during the times when no one is watching. It is the result of 1,000 unseen choices made daily. Every time you choose not to boast, you add a layer of strength to your character. You become more solid, more real, and much more powerful. Shut the door on the need for approval. The only witness you truly need is your own conscience. If you are proud, the world's opinion is irrelevant. Your life is your masterpiece. Work on it with the dedication of a master sculptor, and let the results speak for themselves in the quiet years. Working in the dark doesn't mean you are lost. It means you are preparing. Great things take time, and time requires a lack of distraction. Train your body and your mind when no one is looking. The discipline you build in private will become your armor in the public arena. Find joy in the process, not the outcome. The act of creation is its own reward. When you don't seek credit, you are free to excel. The highest form of kindness is anonymous. To help another without needing to be seen is to connect with the purest part of your humanity. Disconnect to reconnect. By turning off the digital feed, you open up space for real thoughts, real feelings, and a real, uncurated life of truth. Plant seeds today that you may never see bloom. This is the ultimate selflessness, to contribute to the world, without needing to be the center of it. Let your work be your prayer. When you are fully immersed in what you do, the ego disappears, and something truly great can finally flow through you. The invisible person is the most observant. By not needing to speak, you see what others miss. You hear the truth between the loud, empty words. Your energy is limited. Stop leaking it into the void of social media. Hold it within and use it to build the life you actually want. You don't need to prove you were there. The experience itself is the prize. Some of the best moments in life are meant to be kept. Invest in the people right in front of you. Small, unseen acts of love are more powerful than 1,000,000 likes from people you will never meet. Being invisible is a choice of focus. You choose to be present to the real world and invisible to the distractions that try to steal your time. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. It doesn't ask for your applause, yet it is the most beautiful thing in the entire world. The best camera is your own memory. The best audience is your own soul. The best validation is the feeling of a day well lived and spent. When you are happy in secret, no one can take it away from you. Your joy is your own, protected by the shield of your invisibility. Build your kingdom in silence. Let your success be the only noise you ever make. And even then, let it be a whisper, not a scream. The world will always be loud. It will always demand your attention, your data, and your soul. But you don't have to give it anything. Invisibility is your filter. It allows the noise to pass through you without leaving a mark, while you remain centered and fully present in the moment. Remember the sword that stays in the sheath. Remember the candle that burns for itself. Remember the stone that resists the hammer of the public. Don't try to prove you are special. Just be special. Don't try to be important. Just do important work. The truth doesn't need a marketing campaign. The ultimate power is not having 1,000,000 followers. It is having a mind that follows no one but your own highest principles and your deepest truth. When you are invisible to the drama, you become invincible to the pain. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a master of your soul. The art of invisibility is the art of being real in a world of fakes. It is the art of choosing depth over surface-level glitter and noise. You have everything you need within you. Stop looking outside for the answer. Be the answer. Be the silence. Be the power that needs no name. Welcome to your new life. A life where your worth is measured by the quality of your character, not the quantity of your public mentions or likes. Inhale the silence and exhale the noise. The most powerful person in the room is often the one you don't even notice is there. Be that person. The world is now, but you are still. Welcome to the art of the invisible. This is where your true journey finally begins today. Good luck.